All right, so we got Speakeasy. This is one of the oddest titles I've seen in a while. The Cowboys should trade Pickens.
We are terrible on one side of the football.
That's true.
And George Pickens has looked amazing this year. Calvin Watkins put out this tweet earlier today saying after hitting the George Pickens jackpot, it's time for the Cowboys to trade him away. Fellas.
Now I can see some logic in this, but I'm gonna let them speak before I try to throw that out.
The Cowboys trade George Pickens. I am not on the side of that. Yeah.
Trading George Pickens would be the dumbest thing the Cowboys could do.
Yeah.
But the second dumbest thing the Cowboys would do is not signing George Pickens in advance.
Exactly. Now that's fact, bro. Honestly, they need to sign him during the season because there's gonna be too many teams. Once free agency hits, it's GG's. It's gonna be too many teams throwing dollar signs on dollar signs. They need to get this contract situation figured out now. And unless they're just that confident, that they're going to re-sign him. If they're that confident and they for sure know that they got enough money to get it done, then cool. But if not, and you just let bro walk, that is a L because you can get some good compensation for him right now. Some very good compensation.
Because what Jerry Jones has shown us a propensity.
The tag is happening. I didn't even think about that.
To do is, I got really good players that are playing really good. I'm going to let contracts drag out in a training camp, and then they're going to hold out, and then they're going to get hurt. I'm going to let contracts drag out in a training camp, and then they're going to get traded. I'm going to let contracts drag out in the training camp, and then I'm not going to know what the hell to do.
But what if he pull a you know what I'm saying? What if he put a Terry McLaurin? He hold out. You know, I'll get a long-term contract. I'm holding out. You know what I mean?
So yes, the Cowboys should retire.
Or you know what I'm saying, Micah, hold out. Put some you utilize his leverage. I mean, you don't have to play technically.
Paying George Pickens, but more than that, the Cowboys need to sign George Pickens to an extension.
Holding out when he's a free agent next season.
When you trade for a player like George Pickens,
But if you're gonna franchise tag me, then I'm gonna hold out. You know what I mean? I want a long-term contract. I don't want to be franchise tagged.
That deal done before the season ends, because if you end the season without signing George Pickens to a new deal, he's gone. And he should be gone. I got some important information for y'all. There's no better place to win cash picks. It's good to be right. George Pickens was proven to be a top 10 receiver in football. I'm coming for $32 million a year if I'm him. For $30 million a year if I'm him. Wow. For $35 million a year if I'm him. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm George Pickens and I'm
somebody's going to pay it, bro.
Top 5 in receiving touchdowns on the season.
Yeah.
I'm coming for all the bread in the world. And it's his first deal. Like, George Pickens needs to be a Cowboy, but Jerry, don't be stupid. Like, and that's my fear, 2-5, is Jerry might be stupid.
Emmanuel, I'm just thinking here. So everybody keeps talking about the Cowboys defense.
Yeah.
They suck, right? You're a Cowboy fan. Sucks.
Yeah, we were terrible.
So you're telling me, because I just want to make sure you're right, because you're one of the smartest guys that I know, actually. You're telling me that it's a great idea to keep George Pickens and pay him at a high number next year when you need some type of defense? So that means you're going to have the highest paid quarterback in football.
The only, and I was saying this during the offseason, bro, the only way you can get by with doing that is if you sign cheap free agents on the defensive side of the football and you draft exclusively defense. And you do that for a few years. Because, I mean, you already said it running back. Oh, they got to sign Javonte. Oh, man. I mean, they better start giving Jadon Blue some touches ASAP. They still got to sign Javonte. I mean, you could just draft a running back. Let Javonte walk, draft a running back, re-sign GP, and then the rest of your picks just go to the defensive side of the football. And then in the offseason, you just sign a bunch of cheap contracts on defense. Because, I mean, at that point, you'll have your biggest stars on offense locked up. So you just go all in on the defensive side in the offseason for the next couple of years. Every defensive signing was a dud. Y'all GM or whoever need to tighten up. They letting Jev walk. That's gonna be interesting. Well, you finna get paid. That's gonna be nice for him. It's gonna be tough though because the running back market, they so easily replaceable. But maybe somebody gonna see him as a missing piece. That's gonna be tough though. Like again, who needs a running back? You know what I mean? But we'll revisit that conversation different time.
Well,
Yep.
you have the top 3 or top 2 highest paid wide receiver.
Yep.
And
CD.
and CD Lamb.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So now we're gonna make George Pickens a top 10 highest paid wide receiver. This is his first big deal. He's gonna get his money.
Yeah.
What about the defense? We not worried about that? Because we had probably one of the best pass rushers they've ever had as a Cowboy, other than DeMarcus Ware. You let him go. You didn't pay him. What are you? And you tell me you want to compete for championships?
I think you have to though, Shady.
So okay, cool. Let's play. Let's go your
that.
route. Smart dude.
Yep.
So you pay George Pickens, top 8, top 7 in the market. What about the defense? You just hoping on draft pick?
We got 3 draft picks. The Cowboys have always allocated draft to the offense. Offensive line, Tyler Cooper. Offensive line, Tyler Booker. Instead of all that, and what's the other Tyler? I forget. They got like 3 Tylers.
Guyton.
Instead of all that, Tyler Guyton. Instead of all that,
The left
allocate
tackle?
that to defense. The problem is, Shady.
That's the
you
way
will
to do it
never
though,
win-
bro. I mean, the Eagles have done it. No, they're not playing their best defensively this year, but you got some stars in the making and some stars for, the next few years on the defensive side of the ball for sure. So I mean, if you draft right and you scout right, you're gonna hit on somebody. And again, if you just keep doing it, let's say CD and GP contract signed. I said the same thing with the Bengals. But your top 2 receivers are signed for the next 4 years, so I could just focus on drafting defense for the next 4 years. Dak is already signed, you know what I mean? Like O-line good, So when it comes to draft, then I'm getting cheaper contracts for these defensive players, basically,
Chips letting top 5, top 10 players walk out the building.
think
You let
Chief
Michael
do as well
Parsons
with
walk out
that.
the building.
You're
You
the
can't let
GM.
George Pickens walk out the building. too.
I'll just say this, man. Hey, hope you're right. Woosah.
You got to retain your elite pieces. Yeah, you're not gonna have a problem paying
I hope
Devontae
you're
Smith.
right. I hope you say, you know what? We're gonna pay this wide receiver and we're gonna build our defense.
Do the draft.
Oh, I would love that.
You have 4 first.
It's what the Eagles did, though. It's really what the Eagles did. I mean, they had some nice cornerstone pieces there already, though. But that is what they did.
It'll be the
picks.
same. What's that mean?
They should all be defensive picks.
Listen,
you have 4 first
that-
round picks over the next 2 years. They should all be defensive picks.
You know what that would be like? That would be a repeat of this year.
And there you go. Zach Bond, he was a cheap free agent signing, but turned out to be an all-pro. So it's like if you sign a bunch of cheap guys on the defensive side, you bring in competition, see who's worth keeping by bringing in a bunch of competition during training camp, and then okay, we got somebody solid right there. And then as far again, just draft defense.
Repeat.
What you mean?
So you're just gonna depend on rookies go out there and play?
Yep, that you have to.
They have no type of
You have to.
veteran presence on defense.
Yeah.
They don't have
is
that.
what it is.
So if you look at the Eagles, right? When we won our championship, not to brag about it, but when we did that, we had young secondary, right? But Cooper Jean was young, but we had, and Quinyon was young, but we had veterans that were really good around them.
You ain't got no choice. You
They
ain't got
don't
no
have none of
choice.
that
That's just
over
how
there.
it go.
Like, we can't wait to play the defense.
But they're supposed to. Trayvon Diggs supposed to be. Deron Bland's supposed to
I
be.
don't want to do it. I'm just saying the defense is not good. They're not good, bro.
Yeah.
And you don't have no type of veterans over there to get them playing well. Because how are you going to have the veterans have the rookies playing well, and they're not playing well? How can Darius Slade get on y'all while not playing well? He ain't playing well. He played well. You know what I'm saying? CJ Garner, he was playing well. That's a great plan you got. I hope they listen to you.
But here's the problem, Shady. I
hope they do.
If you don't re-sign George Pickens, then you traded that pick for George Pickens for no reason. Because you're not winning the Super Bowl this year. You might not even make the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
So why did you acquire George Pickens? What was it, for a 3rd or 4th round
It
pick?
was for
Why did you trade a 3rd or 4th round pick for George Pickens just to not keep George
So
Pickens?
if you
just threw a pick away.
so
You feel me?
if he has some money, right, in the offseason,
And then again, if they try to franchise tag him and George Pickens says he wants to hold out, that's an L. I'm not gonna lie, that's an L.
and free agency hits, you can go out there and get some defensive players. Because my thing is, we're showing y'all the Cowboys can be so great on offense like they talk about, but don't got no defense.
So
Y'all tripping.
look.
So what do you suggest?
But even let's say even if they let GP go and they spend money on defense, you're not going to fix that defense in one offseason. So you might as well do it through the draft. Might as well.
Go ahead, Care Bear.
I don't see it getting fixed in one
You look at teams that
offseason.
we have to compete with on the NFC side. You look at the Rams. You look at the Eagles. You look at some of the most talented teams. You have to be able to hold on to your pieces to compete on this
Correct.
side of the conference.
Correct.
We have to. Sorry, we got a steal with Javonte Williams getting him from the Broncos. He's not getting paid crazy amount. We also have a young offensive line. They're not getting paid a crazy amount.
Is he going?
We have the ability.
Javonte will be there.
No. We have the ability to continue building an elite defense if we possibly could in free agency and with the 4 first-round picks we have. Y'all had playmakers win the Super Bowl for y'all. Jalen Carter, young, on a rookie contract, amazing. Nolan Smith, young, on a rookie contract, amazing. Cooper DeJean, young, on a rookie contract, amazing. We have to build with those pieces as well. We have to draft well, but in my opinion, you hold on to that elite offensive piece. Y'all would pay Devontae Smith. You wouldn't hesitate to pay Devontae Smith. Having 2 elite wide receivers is an insane benefit. And it's shown in the NFL over the last 5 years with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, with Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, that it's an unbelievable cheat code that you can have to be able to compete for Super Bowls.
And to your point, for me, y'all have those picks.
Yeah,
hit on them.
Exactly.
That's what. Like at the end of the day, it's not about the Cowboys going and signing defensive players. Are you going to trade a great offensive player for a great defensive player? No. Keep the offensive player.
Yeah.
Hit on the defensive.
I feel like there's no way you can draft all defense in one draft and that entire draft class be trash. Even if your scouts are not that good, there's no way you can just, you know what I mean? You can miss on every single one. You're going to get at least 2 of them to be good. You know what I mean? Gotta be. But
pick. That's like that. To me, that's what it comes down to. Bro. That's what it comes down to.
You guys know a lot, so hopefully you guys are right. It seems super hard, but hey, maybe I know, so I don't know.
I mean, here's what we know. We know it takes 2 offensive weapons to win Super Bowls.
I mean, if we keep it a bean, if you got good enough play calling, but you know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be the Chiefs. But if you got good enough play calling, you don't need it. But we're going to go ahead and cap this conversation off. Yes, I do think if they do not have plans on giving George Pickens a long-term contract, it would make sense to trade them. If they're confident on it, then the philosophy that he just proposed is what they're going to have to accept. They're going to have to accept not being so great on defense, at least for right now. And I mean, your offensive guy is going to be happy. So you got at least half the team happy. You're gonna be drafting young guys. They're gonna buy into the culture. They're gonna get better by facing these nice offensive guys. And then in a few years, if they play it right, we're gonna see Dallas another 2 years for sure in the playoffs. And we'll see. But again, it's if they do it right. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe, stay tuned, stay blessed.